Hi there everybody, it's UK independent demonstrator Halsey here from slimandstylish.com. Thank you all for joining me today. Just loading it up on my iPad by the side of me so I can see any comments that come through. Hope you're all okay. Having a good weekend. Oh, it doesn't seem to be telling me that I'm live at the moment. I'm hoping I'm live. Fingers crossed. So today I'm doing two different cards. I can't see if anyone's online yet, unfortunately. Hopefully you are. Oh, hello Shirley. Hi Natalie. Thanks for joining. Unfortunately, it's still not showing me that I'm live on my iPad. So just going to see if I can load it up on my work phone. Otherwise, I can't see anyone's comments, and then I feel a bit out of it because I don't like missing speaking to people. So I hope you've all been having a good weekend. The cards I'm doing today are on the table, so I'm going to be doing the two of them, but it's really up to you. You can use any sort of stamp set that you've got. Ahaha! It's showing that I'm live now. Oh, I can see who's there. Hi Ivy. Hi Karen. Morning Colleen. Hi Karen. Hi Janice. Hi Jackie. Hey Deborah. Right, okay, so the two cards that I'm making are these two, but if you don't have these stamp sets, this one here is using All Things Fabulous, which I fell in love with. That's this set, and I've got the coordinating dies to go with it. And this one here is using Prize Peony, and unfortunately I don't have the dies to go with Prize Peony, but I fussy cut, so we'll have a mixture around. And it's a shame because I've been seeing such gorgeous things made with the dies that's made me really want them. So, but there we go. So let me show you how I've done it. I've just masked the background and done a sponged section in it. So if we start off first with the Prize Peony one, and I haven't decided which colours I'm going to be using yet. So this one was blended and this one here was stamped. And to anyone who's over on my group, yesterday I let them know that I was going to have a whole day making cards, and I made 9 and not one of them had blends on. So I'd had a huge achievement yesterday. I was very proud of myself. The cardstock I'm using is just a basic back. It's 10.2 centimetres by 14.5 centimetres. But you can do this with any card. And I'm using a post-it note. I know quite a few people use masking paper, and a few others use the masking sort of fluid. I don't like the masking fluid. I spilt it once on my trousers and it stained, and now I just dislike it. But I think post-it notes are a really cheap alternative for doing this sort of thing. So when you actually come to punch it, I'm using the 2 1/4 punch. You can use 2-inch punch, you can use any of your dies instead, whichever's best. You don't really want to be punching on the adhesive bit, you want to get the bit that's not adhesive. Like there. Because you want to stick it onto the card and you want to stick it towards the middle. Okay. Hey Norma, hi Jane, thanks for joining. So I've got my daubers just to the side here, the dauber gal. These, by the way, these are the Stampin' Up stamp cases, the full ones that were for the wooden blocks that they have in the catalogue. They are so handy for everything. I keep all my marker pens in them as well. Just seem to have quite a few of them with different things in. So I'm going to go Highland Heather with this one. Right, and I have got a piece of scrap just here because when I use my daubers, I like to just double check on the side that I've got them to the colour I want them before I start using them, and that they're not going to be scratchy or blobby. Okay. They have a different size now. Oh, do they not have them anymore, Ivy? Does not still sell these? Oh, I wish I'd have noticed. I'd have bought like loads more. I think they're really useful. I hadn't noticed that they were missing from the catalogue. So I'm starting off the circle and just coming on, and I'm going in little circles, holding the post-it note down as I go. And you can build the colour up as you want. I'd recommend starting light, and then if you need any more in any places, just go in. Oh, see, that's why you start off the paper. We're going really dark with this. Now I do buy things through the year as well. I buy my essentials through the year, so when the new catalogue comes out, I'll make a list of the new stamp sets I want and I'll get those. And then throughout the rest of the year, I'll top up on like paper, ink refills, envelopes, sort of things like that that I'm running out of. But I tend to not buy stamp sets. I buy them all together. The way Stampin' Up works, if you can pop in a bigger order in one go, you actually get more back. So we have a thing, Stampin' Rewards, and if you spend over £150, you get 10% back as a free items. And if you spend over, I think it's £400, you get a half price item. So I hold all of my orders and pop them all in one go and try to sort of, I can't think of the word, but there's a businessy term. I'm going to try and sound really clever with my business terms. You know, when you bulk buys, economies of scale or something. But yeah, so I do it that way. And I find that works better for me. So there we go. There's my circle. It's a little bit darker over this side, so I'm just going to add some darker colour over this side. Who's on the coffee? Cindy and Janice. So then when you pull that off, you should have your perfect circle. Yeah. Karen's on tea. I was on cocktails yesterday. Do you want a sneak peek? I'm loving this new stamp set, the cocktail stamp set. I think it's great. But yeah, that's for me to video later. Surprise peony. And I'm using this one here, which I think is gorgeous. And then I'm also using one of the leaves. One of them's a little bit longer and one of them's shorter. I'm just using the longer one, but it doesn't matter which one you use. And pop them onto some blocks. There we go. So you're going to want to stamp this twice, once on the card and then once on a scrap piece of Whisper White, because this is just popped up, so I'm going to stamp it and fussy cut it out. And I'm going to go in a Memento. there's my first one. Such a pretty flower. And my second one, I'm actually going to flip the card around and do the punch or the fussy cut one out over that side, because I got a tiny little bit of ink outside my post-it note over there, so I'm going to want to cover that up. So instead I'm going to stamp the flat one there and my lid. So this one here I'm going to be blending it, so I'm just going to grab my Highland Heather blends, but I'm also going to grab my purple posy ones as well, and my light So Saffron. Light So Saffron in the centre, and you want to do whatever you're doing on this one, the exact same on that one. Put them next to each other, it'll be easier to see. Dark Highland Heather. Just where all the shades are. So is anyone crafting along today, and which flowery stamp set did you use? You don't actually have to use a flowery one. You know what it would look nice with? The boats. Is it Sailing Away bundle? Sailing Home? Trying to look for the Sailing Home. Look quite nice on that with that one. Karen's using Timeless Tropical, very nice. I feel like I haven't used that for ages. Since the new catalogue's been around, I think I've been playing with all the new stuff and I've forgotten all my old stuff. Light Highland Heather. And next week the Christmas catalogue is going to be delivered, so we're playing with all of my goodies from there. I'm not sure though. I did think to myself I might put the Christmas stuff, do an unboxing so you can all see what I've got, but then put it away for a bit, because I'm not sure whether I'm feeling very Christmassy at the moment. There we go. And then dark purple posy. I'm going to just go over the whole flower then. I've missed my blends. It was an enforced not using them yesterday. I moved everything downstairs so Mum and I could have like a craft day together. It's been ages since we've had just the two of us sit down and craft all day. So we did that yesterday, and I refused to take the blends downstairs, and then I'm lazy so I wouldn't run upstairs to get them. But I thought I've got to do some cards without the blends. There we go. rest of this for him. I was actually going to try some watercolouring yesterday, but I got the stuff out to do the watercolouring and saw my mum's face and thought, she's not going to like me doing that on her kitchen counter. So that'll have to be next week. Very anxious to see the Christmas catalogue. Oh, I had a really good experience. Used Zoom with my team and we went through the catalogue when it first came out all together. It's really interesting, like different people, because you'll go, ooh, I want that one, and then someone else will say that on a different set and you think, no, I don't want that, but you know that they're going to make something lovely with it, and then you're going to end up wanting it after a while. So but yeah, it's a lovely catalogue, Colleen. And then I was quite shocked because we don't do, or I don't do Halloween very much. We've never celebrated it in my family. So as soon as we get to the Halloween pages normally, I think, oh, they're over with Christmas. This is Halloween, and that's kind of the magazine finished. But there was loads of sneaky Christmas stuff after the Halloween stuff that was really lovely. So that felt quite good for me. Hoping Janice is staying quiet. She's got the dies for this. I know she has. So she's probably going to be sitting watching, thinking, "Oh, hells, you should have got the dies." And I should have done. I just looked at it and thought, "Oh, I can fussy cut that, so I won't get the dies." But I should have got them. Hey Janice, I thought you'd be thinking that. But look, it's all fussy cut out now. There we go. And that could go with that section and hide my boo-boo. There we go, get my leaf and my smoky slate. Go to town. So if that goes there, you just want to pick it up and put it so the leaves fall underneath it. Halloween was kind of fun when we were at university. We used to have Halloween parties, but I never really did. We never did trick and treating growing up. Never really bothered much with Halloween, to be honest. So for me, I just get really excited about the Christmas stuff. Pop that one up. Yeah, it was fun, Sophia. I really enjoyed that. There we go. So I've got my punch and I'm using this punch, and I put love and thanks to a dear friend earlier. I think I'm going to do the same because I think the others are quite sad. I used this stamp set when I first got it for a couple of sympathy cards because I like the So Sorry for Your Loss, and now whenever I look at it, that's kind of the first one that stands out. It's a bit sad. Bit of Whisper White and Memento, I think. Actually, no. I'm going to do it in Highland Heather. Have a bit of colour in there. There we go. You have this punch and you don't know how to use it? No. Oh, it's amazing. I'll show you. I love this punch. So while you can easily use it as you do your normal punches, like that, okay, you can also use this line bit here for a ribbon feeder. So if you pop it back through, you can punch it on both sides and you can feed your ribbon underneath. I've got some ribbon. So you can sort of do that with it. And also, oh, you've got me on my favourite punch now. You can use the little dot here and have it that way. Feed your twine through and make it as a tag. It's a lovely punch. Oh, and what else I did yesterday, actually, let me quickly grab my card and I'll show you. I made this card yesterday and I'm not sure when it's coming out, but I did it in one of my YouTube videos. And I actually curled the top of the card using this punch as well. So I got my corner piece and I popped it in from the outside in, that way. Punched it down and rounded the corners. So it is multi-usage. So let's pop that up. Yeah, it's a cute punch. And then my rhinestones and my Highland Heather. So I'm just using my blends to colour my rhinestones. But once you've done it, just leave it for a few seconds because it takes a little bit to dry. But it just colours them the same colour as the blend, so you can get it the same colour as your card. But leave it for a bit because it does mess your fingers up, and when you're using it on Whisper White cardstock, it gets messy. So I'm going to pop that card front to the side, and I'm going to bring in my favourite, which is the All Things Fabulous. And I'm hoping that this is going to work out right, because this is a bit tricky if you can't get your head over it. And so you're all going to see my my lockdown roots. So I used this flower before, which is this one. So it's 3-step stamping. You stamp with a light colour, medium colour and a dark colour to build your flower up. And it sits like that. I'm going to do the top one for this one so we get a different flower. And they run down the card, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then this one here, which I was filming with before this. It's a really lovely set. And I got the dies for this one, so you don't have to watch me fussy cut. Has anyone else got this set? I'm not seeing that many cards made with this set yet, which is surprising me because I love it. So it's something I've learned, which I will tell you because I do make mistakes, and I like to pass on the mistakes I've made, because just in case other people are feeling daft like I was. You don't, no matter how much intact and tacky your mask is from previous, don't use it again if you're changing colour, because as you rub over the purple with the yellow, it will mix and your card will look rubbish. I know, I've tried it. I thought, oh, that would be a good idea of saving your post-it notes, Hals. Do that. It was not a good idea. So I'm just going to pop that in. Punch it out to make another one. Come on. And is that in the centre? Looks kind of centre-ish. Oh, we've got to go in and see my work colleagues this week, Colleen. We're going for a social distance picnic to sort of, sorry, this is so saffron, and like a team building session to sort of get back working together. And I work with generally guys, and they were like, oh, it'd be lovely to see everyone. And all I kept thinking was, my roots are past my ears. I don't even know how I can hide them anymore. So I think I'm going to be wearing a baseball cap on Wednesday. I've got my scrap piece. That's not going to work. I'm not going to be able to see if I'm happy with that on yellow on yellow. Kind of works. I'm not exactly sure of the protocol for a professional work meeting of turning up with a beanie hat, but desperate times. Hair is overrated. You know what? I never used to think that my hair was so different, because yes, I have it dyed blonde, but I always thought I was kind of like a mousy blonde anyway, so I thought it was just a nicer blonde I was having it done. But it's it turns out it's more of a black. And you can really see it looks really grungy. There we go. There's my spotlight. Now for this one, I'm still going to keep my So Saffron out. I'm also going to use Crushed Curry and Early Espresso. These three I think go so lovely as a flower, so I'm going to keep it the same. I did do the flower earlier. All I'm doing, by the way, is sneak peeking you everything I'm going to be putting on my YouTube for the next month, because I did use Smoky Slate with the smaller one earlier, and the purple, so it does go quite nice with the purples as well. But let's start off with the So Saffron. A scrap piece, that's the white. And red. Oh, the stamps are right in front of me. So for this one, I've decided that this stamp set has a smile, and you want to keep the smile in the same place. This one was a little bit harder to notice, So what I actually, because you go on top of each other and it's hard to line up. This one is quite simple with a smile. This one I used this curve and this curve because they appear in both. And down here I worked out that they kind of have an upside down W, like an M there. And if you use that, it appears in both, so you can line them up easy then, but it is harder on the smaller one. So let's go there. And I've just remembered what I actually did. I did second generation stamping, so I stamped it lightly at the top and then stamped it properly there, and that's the colour I'm using. So stamp it lightly off and then stamp it on. Shocker that you like the purple. Ivy. You and Karen make me laugh. Karen loves purple as well. She's a big purple person. I used to love purple, but unfortunately all of my family found that I love purple. So I'm second generation this one as well, and I'm just lining up that smiley piece with that smiley piece. So yeah, purple did used to be my favourite colour, but unfortunately, you know when people phone up at your mum and say, oh, what does Helen want for Christmas? And I'm like, oh, she likes purple. Well, it got that everything in my wardrobe was purple. Everything I was purchased was purple. And yeah, I loved it, but I started to get slightly fed up of the purple, so it's now green. I like green and yellow, obviously. I think yellow is a happy colour. And I'm doing second generation with the early espresso as well, so lightly off and then on, and you're looking for that smiley bit again. Okay. Yes, I agree with you, Shirley. Magenta Madness is gorgeous. I was quite sad that we were losing Lovely Lipstick because I did really like Lovely Lipstick. But then they brought Magenta Madness out and I was quite happy with that. So I'm just going to grab my dies. And it's that one. Oh, you get this gorgeous trellis with the dies. That's really nice. You have to, when you run it through, I found if you pop it onto your plate and then you pop your paper down, you pop this on top. If you pop a sheet of cardstock on top again, it definitely makes the imprints a lot better and saves it from being so fiddly when you try and get it out. So I'm just going to run this through my Big Shot, which is just to the side of the screen. And then I'm going to pop the die straight back in its case so I don't lose it. There we go. All done. So I can go over the top there. I think I'm going again. I've done my spotlight circle a lot darker this time than it was here, and I don't like it dark. So I'm very sorry. You're gonna have to sit me through me doing that bit again because I'm fussy and I want it light. Sorry everybody, I won't take long doing it, it's just flower's so pretty, I want to see the flower. So saffron has gone over there. Right. I'll do this on white paper this time so I can see. There we go, that's better. There we are, that's a lighter circle, I'm happier with that. Unfortunately that means we've got to stamp again. It won't take too long. One. You can always tell which one the second one and which one the third one is. Whichever one's the biggest and the fattest is the next one. I'm going to try and get this right on the smile again. There we go. And early espresso. There we go. I'm happier with that. Yeah, much better. So I want my leaves, and I've also used this little sprig thing which I quite like. So that's those two. And the leaves. There's 3 sets of leaves on here, but I'm just using the one. But if you were sort of building this up, you can make like a really gorgeous scene with all of them. I got just going to grab another little block. There we go. Sticky slate. So there's the leaves. And then if I pop that one over that side, I seem to have lost all my comments. I can't see if, maybe if I turn that round. There we go. Hi Esther. think it had I've got you on my iPad, and for some reason I knocked it and it fell the wrong way, so it wasn't showing the comments. I've turned you upside down now and I can see all the comments. Not very technically minded, really. Can you hear that? We've I live right by Birmingham Airport, and we have had some really interesting planes coming in and out, which is interesting because they're not doing flights, or not doing many flights from there at the moment. But we had sort of like an Air Force training the other day. Oh my gosh, they were noisy, and that one that's just gone over is quite noisy as well. And they look ever so funny. They've got rounded square fronts. So I don't know what planes they are exactly, but they're funny looking ones. So with this one, you want to line up again with the crushed curry. And it lines up on those sprigs, so unfortunately I think you might get my hair this time. I didn't get that very good, but they do line up perfectly if you get your head over the top of them. Mine's just a little bit out. Yeah. It just took a stabbing guess with those two. But yeah, when you've got your head over the top, you can see it really clearly through the photopolymer stamp set. And pop a dimensional on the back of that. And there we go. So with this one, sentiments are, I'm here for you, nobody gets me like you do, you make the flowers smell sweeter and the sunshine brighter, I'm wishing you all things fabulous. And I just love that, wishing you all things fabulous phrase, so I'm just going to use that one. And I did it in smoky slate there, but I think I'm going to do it in crushed curry this time. I've done a different flower and I've done it two generation stamping, so I think I can change it again. Did my sentiment in crushed curry. There we go. Oh, could you see them, Shirley? No, they are. They're terrible. I'll you come all the way down here. That's hidden now, though. No one saw that. Right. I'm gonna get the Mango Medley Dark blend for my rhinestones this time. This one here I had done with smoky slate, so that's why they look a bit grey. And I'm running short of the medium sized ones, so I'm going to do two big ones and a little one. So we'll do the purple one first because I don't want to get the melon mango on my fingers at the moment, and this one will be dry. Just scatter them around. There we go. I onto my card base. I've changed my card bases as well. Normally I do tentfold cards, but yesterday I decided to change again and go for these ones for a change and have them standing that way. Telling you that no blends yesterday really had me changing everything I was doing. Pop some dimensionals on the back. Pop extra dimensionals if it's a full back going on, because I don't like them getting flattened through the post. It's okay if it's our thick cardstock, but when it's the thin Whisper White, I just pop a couple more dimensionals on. So there's that one. And then this one. Yeah, they're okay now, they've dried. One, two. Put it over there because I've got a little bit of a yellow fingerprint going on over there, so I'm going to hide it. That's two little mistakes I've hidden. What's a dangling thing, Janice? Right, have I missed something? Don't answer that dirtily, please. Pop that on there. There are those two using the All Things Fabulous set. And there are those two using the Prize Peonies. Hopefully you've enjoyed. I know Karen was crafting along with her Timeless Tropical, so do pop over to the group, Slim and Stylish's Crafty Hangout, and pop your make in the album, let me see it. And anyone who makes any later. Have we worked out what the if you do a one sheet wonders, you need a dingle dangle? Yeah, Janice, none of us are actually going until you explain this. And I've finished, so we're all just sitting here waiting for the dingle dangle. There's a nice heart one in the monogram set. Oh, there is a lovely heart. That's that little drop down heart, isn't it? Yeah, that's a really nice one. I feel like Janice has done a live on One Sheet Wonders. So Janice's Jazzle Dazzle Crafts. Have a look for her on YouTube. She does some fantastic lives. Annoyingly, Janice, sometimes they're during work time, so I can't come on. And I'm like, oh, Janice is live. But do check hers out. She's obviously done a One Sheet Wonder where those dangles relate to. But yeah. Thanks for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed. If you do make them, let me see. Pop them over in the group. And we'll see you again next week. And I'm going to practice with that watercolour this week so that we can do that next week. Get nice and messy. Because my hands have just got the baby wipe technique off now. So we'll get them all messy again. Have a lovely rest of the day, everybody. I'm going to go and run because in the UK where we are, we're doing another clap at 5 o'clock tonight for our fantastic NHS workers, and we're raising a glass to them because it's their birthday today. It's their anniversary and they've done such good stuff. So I'm on strict orders that I'm not allowed to talk past 5 o'clock. So yes, Esther, the group is on Facebook. It's called Slim and Stylish's Crafty Hangout. Just come and drop us a request and I'll let you in. I still haven't got the album sorted, so Karen is making me albums each week for our lives to go in, so if anyone makes any of them, just pop your pictures in. For some reason, even though I'm the admin, it it won't let me do them. But yeah, come across and join us. Love to have you. And I'll see you all next week, 4 o'clock Sunday. And as a heads up, if we're doing watercolour, bring an apron. Have a lovely week, everybody. See you all soon. Bye.